I started washing my roommate's dirty dishes, just so I can experience her happy dance in the morning when she finds her favorite mug is clean and ready to use, and I can't wipe the smile of my mug when I see it. I, 30 meters, share an apartment with my friend, 30 feet, whom I'll call Gwen. Gwen has a lot of mugs, more than will fit in the cupboard all at once. So, she rotates them seasonally, she loves swapping them out. I asked her why, and she said it's like getting new mugs every couple of months. But there are 2 mugs in her collection that never leave the kitchen. They're rarely in the cupboard because the second they're washed, she uses them again. We have a dishwasher, but it's broken. Part of our chore division is that we each take care of our own dishes. The thing is, I know she doesn't like doing dishes, it's a sensory thing, but she insisted that we each handle our own, and I thought that was fair. I also know that Gwen's absolute favorite mug is her Spider-Man mug. She's never explicitly told me that, but I can tell because the Spider-Man mug always gets picked first when it's clean. I know this because I see it in the sink every day, waiting for her to wash it before bed, along with her other dishes from the day. There were times when her dishes sat for a couple of days before she could force herself to work through the sensory issues and get them done. It never got to the point of smelling bad, and she always apologized whenever she left dishes overnight. I truly didn't mind when that happened. I understand the sensory issues, and I'm proud of her for staying on top of it as much as she does. Now comes the part I need to get off my chest. The background info was important, I promise. Every time Gwen realizes she can use her Spider-Man mug, she does an adorable little happy dance while making her morning tea. She doesn't seem to realize she's dancing, or maybe she doesn't realize I've noticed. Either way, it's my favorite part of the day, watching her do her happy dance while getting her breakfast. Since I started doing this, she's been in a noticeably better mood throughout the day. Last week, Gwen caught me washing her dishes. I had been doing them for a while, but this was the first time she actually walked in and caught me, bubble-handed, washing her Spider-Man mug. Not gonna lie, I panicked. She thanked me for helping and then asked why I had started doing her dishes too. She even asked if I was annoyed by her leaving them. That absolutely wasn't the case, but I couldn't tell her that I watch her happy dances. That would be creepy, right? But it's so cute, and it makes me so happy to see her so happy. If she knew I noticed, she'd get self-conscious and stop doing them. She's pretty shy about stuff like that. She won't sing in front of anyone, even though singing is one of her favorite things to do. I've caught her singing along to her music before she realizes I'm home more times than she knows. I always pretend not to notice when that happens. She has a really pretty voice. So yeah, I couldn't tell her the real reason I do her dishes because then I'd lose my favorite part of the day. Instead, I told her that I like to get mine done every night. It's something my mom always told me to do, and that since I was already there, it wasn't a big deal to do hers too. I also mentioned that it saves water and that she does a few household chores I hate because she enjoys them, so I don't mind taking on this one small chore that she dislikes. I feel like I was pretty obviously not telling the whole truth, but I think she believed me, lol. She didn't tell me to stop, and she hasn't brought it up since she caught me. So, I still get to see her happy dances when she walks into the kitchen and finds her Spider-Man mug ready for her to start the day. Edit 1. Alright, I'm headed to bed. Thank you all for your comments. To clarify, we are just friends, we were friends first, and now we're roommates. Anyway, it's been fun, but it's 5 a.m., and I have an appointment at 10 a.m. This should be fun. Good night. Edit 2. It is now 9 a.m. I just woke up to so many notifications. Jesus H. Christ, what happened while I was napping? Thank you, everyone, for your responses. I did not expect my little habit, something I thought would be seen as weird or creepy, to get so much attention. I'm so glad so many of you got a smile from my post. As you can probably tell, I like giving people a reason to smile. I hope you all have an awesome day. Edit 3. Guys. She found the post. Scatter. No, for real. She commented on this post, she even made an account specifically to comment. How? How did this happen, and how did it happen so goddamn fast? I didn't think she was on Reddit. She's always on YouTube, watching video game content or listening to stories. She used a picture of the mug as her profile pic. I'm panicking. I'll update when I'm brave enough to go out to the kitchen. I can hear her cooking. Update 1. And wait for it. Update. So here's a small update. We talked a little over breakfast. I'm officially a fan of tea now, lol. She thinks I'm an idiot, and I agree, but she's not mad about the post or about me creeping on her mug-inspired happy dances. By the way, here are the mugs. All said and done, I think making that post was the best 5 a.m. decision I've ever made. Gwen says hi, everyone. Update 2. I'll just leave this interaction here. Her, you're a dork. I made you tea for after your Zoom call. Me, what mug is it in just so I know how this is about to go down? Her, the pumpkin one. Update 3. Good morning, y'all. A couple of days ago, I made a post at 3 a.m. confessing that I do my roommate's dishes because I secretly love watching her happy dance when she sees her favorite mug is clean and ready for her to use. That post changed our lives, and I'm only being a little dramatic when I say that. I gotta say, thank you to everyone who upvoted and commented on my original post. I'm still shook at how many people read about me and my mug happy best friend. Seeing all the comments from people saying my post made them smile or reminded them of their own friendships or relationships has kept me smiling for days. I'm kind of into making people happy, if that wasn't already obvious, so knowing that so many people had even a moment of positivity because of me has been awesome. When I made that original post, I just wanted to tell someone about the mug dancing, but I knew Gwen wouldn't like it if I told anyone we knew, so I came to Reddit to shout into the void. And oh boy, did the void shout back. So many comments asked if I really thought we were just friends. And to be honest, when I made that post, we absolutely were just friends. We had never talked about being more than that, and I was happy with our friendship because it was amazing as it was. I hadn't considered the possibility of more because I always thought dating was something I'd do when I had my life more together, or when I had more money. I never let myself think about what I might be missing by waiting for the right time. Her finding my post opened up a chance for us to talk about things we hadn't discussed before. Over breakfast that morning, we talked about where we stood with each other and what our future could look like, depending on what we both felt was the best course. We didn't rush into any solid decisions because we didn't want to ruin the good thing we already had. But, I'll admit, I was hoping for a specific outcome. There was one comment on my first post that really stuck with me. To paraphrase, they said, "Think about how you'd feel if someone else got to see Gwen's happy mug dance instead of you." And that hit me so hard. I didn't mind the idea of someone else seeing her so happy, I just didn't know if anyone she dated would notice the things I did. Would they see how much that little moment means to her? Would they care enough to do what I did? What if they didn't think it was important? What about all the other little things I do to make her laugh or smile? I really didn't like the idea of not being the one to make sure she had that extra reason to smile in the morning. Gwen wants me to admit that I'm a sappy moron because I teared up writing this. I'm a sensitive man in touch with my emotions, and you know you love it, so shut it, you. To all the people saying that platonic relationships can be like ours, you're absolutely right. Our friend group is very open with physical and verbal affection, and we help each other all the time with both big and small things. We all say I love you to each other, that's just how we communicate. It's not just between Gwen and me, it's how our whole group works. Honestly, if I hadn't made that original post, I don't know when or if we would have reached the point we're at now. Maybe we would have just continued as we were, and that would have been a different happy outcome, like a choose-your-own-adventure story with multiple good endings. Which brings me to the actual update. Gwen and I agreed that we want to try dating. We're not putting any new labels on our relationship just yet, but our first date is next week. I'm keeping it all a surprise. Gwen helped write this post and will be reading the comments, so I can't give away any details, but let me just say, it's going to be the best first date she's ever been on. Or I'll eat my candy corn patterned socks. I think she might be the one for me, and I'm going to take every chance I can to make sure she thinks the same about me. Y'all are the best, and we love you. Do something kind for your loved ones for us. And remember, everyone can and should find something to happy dance about. It makes life more fun.